Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Natsume Sōseki's classic 1908 novel, Sanshirō. This is a story that just perfectly captures a young man, and really an entire nation, on the dizzying brink of transformation, caught between a fading past and an electrifying but very uncertain future.
So our story kicks off with this stinging observation. And it's delivered with this little smirk to our hero, a young university student named Sanshirō, by a mysterious, modern woman he's just met on a train. These words are going to echo in his head, becoming the central challenge he has to face.
So, meet Sanshirō. He's fresh from the countryside, a world of tradition and predictability. He's earnest, a little awkward, and just totally unprepared for the whirlwind of new people, new ideas, and new temptations that are waiting for him in the capital.
Okay, so we're going to follow his journey through these 5 key stages, from a fateful train ride and the overwhelming city to a vision by a pond that leaves him feeling like a lost, stray sheep. All right, let's dive in.
So Sanshirō's journey, it doesn't really begin with a scenic view from the train window. No. It starts with an immediate, and I mean immediate, test of his character. He comes face to face with a bold, modern woman who is his opposite in every conceivable way, and she basically, systematically, dismantles his quiet, little provincial world.
Right away, he is just completely out of his depth. She asks for his help, and he's way too timid to say no. At the end, they get mistaken for a couple and are given a single room. And then, get this, she follows him into the bath, and he literally leaps out of the tub in a total panic. Forced to fill out the hotel register, he has to invent a fake name for her. That night, he's so mortified that he actually builds a wall of towels down the middle of their shared bedding. I mean, his whole sense of right and wrong is just in shambles.
And this is the parting shot. As they're saying goodbye at the station, she just drops her verdict on him. Sanshirō feels like he's been physically thrown onto the platform, his ears burning with shame. He's been seen, he's been judged, and he's been found lacking. Those words just haunt him as the train pulls away. Okay, so arriving in Tokyo, it's a total shock to the system. But it's not just the city itself, the chaos and the modern energy that's overwhelming him. It's this strange, kind of intimidating intellectual world of the university he's supposed to be joining. You see, he's really caught between these two worlds. On one side, you've got the past. It's calling to him in his mother's letters, which, by the way, feel like they're from a totally different era, and you've got his thoughts of this simple country girl, Miko-san, that he left behind. But then, on the other side, there's the present, a loud, dizzying city, and that forward woman from the train. And the thing is, he feels completely disconnected from both of them.
So right when he's trying to get his head around all this, he meets another really confusing character on the train. When Sanshirō naively comments that Japan will now develop and grow, the man gives this just stunningly pessimistic reply: it will be destroyed. You have to remember, this is an era of huge national pride. So hearing that, it's just shocking.
And this man, well, this is Professor Hirota. He's Sanshirō's first real taste of a totally new kind of intellectual. He's cynical, he's worldly, and he is just completely unimpressed by Japan's so-called progress. He even declares that the nation's only real pride is Mount Fuji, a natural wonder they had absolutely no hand in creating. For a guy like Sanshirō, this is like meeting someone from another planet.
So then at the university, he runs into what he starts to think of as his second world, this world of pure knowledge. He visits a scientist, Nonomiya, who's working in a dark basement lab, obsessively trying to measure the pressure of light. And to Sanshirō, this just feels like this incredibly intense, isolated labor that has zero connection to the real world. He's left wondering, is this what it means to be a scholar?
So, feeling pretty overwhelmed by the dark lab and all these abstract ideas, Sanshirō just kind of wanders out to the university pond. And it's there that he stumbles onto a scene that honestly feels like it's straight out of a painting. It's a vision of yet another world he never even knew existed. The whole composition, it's just perfect. He sees 2 women on a small hill, backlit by the golden light of the setting sun. For just a second, it's not even about the people. It's just about this pure, breathtaking experience of color and form.
And this, right here, is where he discovers his third world. This is the world of beauty, of society, of the senses. And it's all wrapped up in this one woman, this vision of vibrant color who has a single white rose in her dark hair. This world of aesthetics and social grace, it captivates him way more than any lecture or any lab experiment ever could.
And then comes this tiny, fleeting moment that changes absolutely everything. She looks right at him, just for a split second, and as she walks by, a little white flower she was holding falls right at his feet. And that one single mysterious glance, it makes him feel more alive and, honestly, more afraid than that entire crazy encounter he had with the woman on the train.
So think about it. You've got the woman on the train, you've got the cynical Professor Hirota, the obsessive scientist Nonomiya, and now this mysterious woman from the pond. Sanshirō's he's completely lost. He starts to feel like a stray sheep, just wandering aimlessly through all these different worlds where he has no idea what the rules are.
And then, of course, his separate worlds start to collide. He's at the university hospital to see Nonomiya's sister, Yoshiko, when he bumps into the woman from the pond in the hallway. He finally learns her name, is Mineko. But the real shocker is when he notices the ribbon in her hair, because it's the exact same one he saw the scientist, Nonomiya, buying just a few days ago. All of a sudden, this web of connections just got a whole lot tighter and way more confusing.
So, a little later, he's at a get-together, and the group is discussing this line from an English play. And when Mineko says the line, "Pity's akin to love," in perfect English, her eyes seem to be aimed right at the scientist, Nonomiya. You could cut the tension with a knife. The air's just thick with all this unspoken meaning, and it just deepens the mystery of whatever is going on between them. And of course, it leaves Sanshirō feeling more lost than ever.
Okay, so completely overwhelmed by all these new people and their, let's be honest, their cryptic interactions, Sanshirō finally just retreats into his own head to try and make sense of it all. And in that moment, he actually gives a name to the conflict that's raging inside him.
He realizes, wait a minute, I'm living in 3 separate worlds. So, world number 1, that's the past. His old life in Kyushu, his mom, tradition, it's safe, it's a retreat. World number 2, that's the world of knowledge, the university, the duty to study, represented by guys like Hirota and Nonomiya. And then there's world number 3, this dazzling new world of the senses, modern Tokyo, society, and that dangerous magnetic pull of Mineko.
And this right here is his core problem. He's a stray sheep, totally lost between these 3 worlds. See, he can't bring himself to fully embrace the duty of academia, but he also can't just retreat back to the simplicity of his past. And he's just too scared to dive headfirst into the modern world of the senses. He ends up being an outsider in every single one of them, unable to build a single, solid identity for himself.
And really, that is the huge question Sōseki leaves us with. Sanshirō's paralysis, it's not just his own personal problem. It's a mirror for the indecision of an entire generation in Japan. A generation caught right at the crossroads between the comfort of tradition and the terrifying but also exhilarating pull of modernity. So, which world will he choose? Or is he just going to remain a stray sheep forever?